Okay, we've now decided that we're coming back to land at Talgarth. So I'm actually just coming off the end of EDAS here. The airfield is now on our right hand side. Treat landing at Talgarth like landing out. Think wind, size, slope. The airfield is quite small. So, if you're out inside the circuit, you've got to decide which direction you want to land. In this case, we're going to land over the gate, landing northwest. My reference point is going to be the white markers just coming under the nose now, so I need to get myself to a high key area, just like normal circuit planning. If you needed to get to the other side of the airfield to start your circuit, there's no reason why you can't fly right over the top. You don't need to edge round the perimeter. Remember, we've got no winching here, perfectly safe to do so. So I'll give myself plenty of height and time, and that's the secret here at Talgarth. Give yourself height and time. The conditions can change. You can get quite strong sink in the circuit. You're better off having to actually take off your excess height with air brake than actually scraping around the circuit low in sync. So I'm heading upwind and off to one side as we would do normally. As we do so, just think about the conditions. Do you suspect that there's any wave interference in the circuit which could actually give you quite strong sink? Obviously start keeping a really good lookout for other aircraft or gliders. If you think there are several gliders coming back at once, including yourself, then make a radio call to declare your intentions. All you need is your call sign and that you intend to land in the next 5 minutes. As we're the only glider that's landing, I don't need to do that. So, I'm just going to go and have a look to see. There we are. Okay, John, I've now had another look at the windsock, and actually I don't think there's enough north in the wind for me to land over the gate, so I'm going to change my landing area to landing to the east. So it's landing in the same direction that we're heading at the moment. So I'm now putting myself back into high key for landing east. And there's a good demonstration of giving yourself height and time to change your ideas for circuit planning at Talgarth. Preferred circuit at Talgarth is always to the north, which is this side of the airfield. All of your options are much better on the north side, as all of the runways available to you slope uphill and away from you. However, it is a preferred circuit, so if you are getting low and you need to do a circuit from the left, from the south, then do so, but keep in mind that your options are reduced. Also, the trees at the airfield make it more difficult for people at the launch point to see you in the circuit, so be aware of that, especially if you're landing to the east, as we are today. Okay, that looks pretty good. Always make a radio call. Talgarth, Tango 10's right hand, left hand, downwind, landing east. Okay. I'm tending to keep my circuit a little bit on the tighter side, keeping the angles a little bit steeper. I can always get rid of the excess height with air brake, but it gives you the option of turning in if you need to because of strong sink. Virtually all of our runways slope as well, so you have to bear that in mind for how the approach is going to look and whether you need any excess speed just to help you in the round out landing uphill. A little bit of turbulence. Always the thermal when you don't need it, so I'm just popping the brakes a bit. So on base leg now, my approach speed is 55 knots. My reference point is about halfway between the markers and the road. When you're landing in this direction, it can give you the illusion that you're undershooting, so do not get fooled by it. Also, heading towards the mountains can put you off a bit, so focus on your landing, focus on your reference point, and use a standard technique. What we don't like to see here either is people dribbling in with small amounts of air brake, so always aim for at least half air brake approach. Always keep it tracking in a straight line here at Talgarth. Don't be tempted to do any taxiing.